Good day, fine people. Do you happen to be a lover of the really comfortable, quiet helmet? You know, something like a Schuberth. And are you also a lover of the finest in materials like, I don't know, Formula One spec carbon fibre? If you are, it's here. We've been waiting for this for ages. This is the Schuberth C5 Carbon. We're gonna do a quick unboxing. Box open, we have some instructions there. I'll tell you what's what. And then we have Gemma, where's the helmet?
Sorry, I'm late. It's busy looking good in the carbon.
It does look good. Let me ask you, because you are a C5 wearer, how does it feel?
Light.
Yeah, lighter. It
Yeah.
does make a difference, doesn't it? Yeah, I did do side by side, and it's amazing how much of a difference 200 grams can actually make.
Yeah.
Because that is roughly how much lighter it is than a standard C5. But the amazing thing about this isn't just the fact it's carbon. This isn't any old run-of-the-mill council estate peasant carbon. No. The way this is made, the way this is laid, the way it's created, is basically, think Formula One. You know Formula One, the race series?
Yes.
Yeah, we know how, you'd hardly say they skimp there, would you? No, exactly. And this helmet, the carbon fibre shell, and the Schuberth C5, is made by the same people who make the same Formula One carbon fibre helmets that are on F1 World Champions and other F1 drivers. And I dread to think how much one of those helmets would cost. But what Schuberth have done is they've said, do you know what? Let's make our best-selling flip-up lid carbon. They've done it, and it is absolutely stunning. You even just by looking at it, you can tell the difference. This isn't any shoddy carbon. No, this is absolutely beautiful.
So it's a carbon fibre lid.
And you could say that. You could just say it's carbon fibre lid. Many carbon fibre lids out there, right?
Yeah.
Very few, in fact, probably none at all, though, built how this is built. And the big whoop, if you will, about this is the autoclave curing process, how it is made. Not just how it is made, but also who it is made by. To give you some kind of analogy that you might understand, the quality of this is so high compared to some other carbon helmets that you're pretty much talking a diamond to another carbon helmet's zirconia. Okay?
Oh.
Exactly. That is the difference. And that is why we are sat here talking about this and also focusing just on the carbon shell. If this was another helmet, we might say it's got a carbon shell and a couple of other little things about it. We wouldn't actually try and go into it, explain the actual process that it goes through. We wouldn't tell you the people who made it. The guys who make it build the Formula One helmets themselves. So anyone that buys one of these knows it has been handcrafted through part of the process by the same people who put helmets on Formula One World Champions. And that's pretty impressive.
But Beach, I have noticed that this part here is not made from carbon.
No, you're right. It is not. This is made from the more traditional material C5s are made from, but it is, in fact, a styling choice.
Okay.
And the reason I know that is because I looked at it and went, oh my God, that looks so smart. The juxtaposition between this beautiful black here and the carbon, because then if you look, the vents are all the same. Nice black visor on as well, just to kind of add to it. And when you look at it like that, I think that looks absolutely boss. It would be, they could have quite easily made that and then it would just be a full carbon helmet.
Yeah.
It's cooler this way. And speaking of loving so many things about this helmet, I know you and I use it, there's lots we like about this lid. So I tell you what, why don't we start at the front and work our way back.
So let's have a look at some of the vents that this helmet's got.
Which is plenty. Yes, we have 2 vents at the front. This is your personal just for you vent.
That goes straight.
That goes straight through, that's right. And this one here, this vent here, is specifically for the visor to help keep the visor clear, even though these usually come pre-fitted with an awesome pin lock.
Yeah.
You still get the extra air in case you're stationary, maybe, just to get a little bit more airflow in to keep that pin lock clear. It is absolute genius.
Yeah, and don't forget about the city vent, which we have
Just there.
here.
So it just keeps, but before the visor completely closes, there's like a tiny little stop where it gives you the option of just leaving it like that, a little bit more air in, called the city vent, and then if you're like, do you know what, I'm happy with what I'm getting, you shut it. So we've also got a big vent on the top here. We also have exhausts here, but
I love that word, exhaust.
but I know you wouldn't think helmet exhaust. It doesn't make sense.
No.
But by the same token, you get it because we've all got hot heads.
Oh yes.
But what I love about these lids is that both this vent and that vent have filters that you can remove and wash.
Nice.
Because they're going to get all gummy and stuff, and then there's all
Yeah.
sneezing in your lid and coughing and
unclean, yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. So it's really nice to be able to actually take the filters out,
Give
them a
wash,
clean, give them a
pop 'em
wash,
back in.
and pop them back in.
So let's have a little look at the detail of this fabulous lid.
Okay, there is some detailing here. As you can see, the Schuberth is.
Reflective.
It is. It's black, but it is reflective.
Oh.
We also have some reflectors here
Yep.
as well. We also have a Schuberth logo here, also black, but also reflective. That's right. We've got a nice little. I always like this. I like this sort of thing. It's only on one side, and I kind of think that's cool. I don't know why, but I've always thought that's cool when you have that thing there on just the one side. But you know, they've made an effort because the helmet is very, very dark, and a lot of the people who wear Schuberths obviously like to be seen. So at least you have the knowledge now that if there's light shining at you, at the very least, your logos will light up on the helmet.
And also, I have seen these little details here, the little Schuberth.
That's right. Yeah, nice little Schuberth just there too.
It's the little things.
So Gemma's got the helmet on. We're going to talk visor. One thing to look at here are these little kind of like, I don't know, kind of like triangle things here. Do you know what they are? They are turbulators. How cool does that sound? Turbulators. That's to help with turbulence going over the helmet. But the best thing about the C5 that I enjoy whenever I'm wearing one is... Okay, so visor's there.
It's up. And it's still there!
Visor memory. Simple. What an easy thing to do, but it is so handy. And when we went on our trip in Wales, I loved the fact that I didn't have a visor clonking down every time I brought the front down. It's absolute genius. And these visors are also unbelievably easy to take on and take off and put back on again. I mean, it really is really, really simple. So they're very quick maneuver visors. Whilst we're looking at the outside, Gemma, would you mind turning slightly? Okay, so this helmet comes basically ready for communications. Okay, so here we have where the control unit goes. There. Here this is where the battery and the brains go, and this is a really simple thing. Clip those off, clip the SC comms in, you're good to go. And another little feature here. So if I was to open this visor, Gemma, excuse me, and then pop down the internal sun visor, very popular. Now this internal sun visor actually has two settings because they realise that with people might have extra large noses, so you can actually set it so it doesn't quite come down as far. That's clever and thoughtful. And the best thing about this is it's not something that just goes ching 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 ching. So it's open now, and I'm thinking I want to open it, and I've actually got to give it a little push. And it's the same going back. And that means you've got much less chance of the mechanism just becoming loose and it going up and down just because you bang over a big, I don't know, big pothole or something and give your head a jar. It won't just flop down. And again, like Gemma says over and over again when it comes to Schuberth, it's the little things. And this helmet is crammed with loads of little brilliant things. Now, I just want to say to you quickly, before we whip this off, okay, about the visors.
Okay.
These are, I think it's described as class 1 when it comes to the visual acuity. And one thing, because you know how we've got loads of people to kind of try these helmets out who ordinarily wouldn't. See, one thing they all say is the visual acuity of the visors is unbelievable. And this also goes for the internal sun visor as well. I mean, it has to be experienced to be believed. I've probably worn every bike helmet you can put on your head, and I have to say nobody does a visor with the visual acuity as good as Schuberth. That is absolutely true. And of course, one good thing about it is the clear visor that comes in the box is pre-fitted with a pin lock.
Pre-fitted?
Pre-fitted in the box. You don't even have to fit it yourself.
Oh.
Okay, let's talk about some of the stuff here. First of all, we have the micrometric strap, which is awesome because you can take it off, put it on, and adjust it, click, 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 micrometrically with bike gloves on. It is easy peasy. Additionally, and I think Schuberth are one of the only people to do this, yep, the two parts there, which go together, have Velcro to make them stay together.
I love Velcro! Sorry.
Exactly, I do too. And of course, this is all part of the new system that came with the C5, which pushes this further forward to make it more comfortable so it's not pushing on your neck like a lot of other helmets do.
So, Beej, you just touched on something that the chin strap was a little bit more forward.
Yes, it is. It is more forward. Partly to do with 2206, but mostly to do with the fact that Schuberth wanted to make this helmet like the most comfortable helmet you could wear.
And it's comfortable.
We know that. And like I mentioned before, some straps are kind of like this. Well, they realised they didn't have to do that, mostly because of their AROS system, anti-roll-off system, okay, which plays its part not on stopping the helmet from rolling off your head, but also making it quiet. So what happened was, because of this system, they were able to move these straps, which would have probably been somewhere here, slightly forward. So it holds you under there, but because of this system, your helmet isn't just as secure as it would have been if the strap was further back. It's even more secure. It's a genius system.
That is genius.
It is genius. You have these two kind of like support, I'm not going to word beams, that's the wrong, but support cords, I think we could probably call them, that run all the way back here, and they're actually secured at the back of the helmet. And so you're not just held here, you're also held here, but you're held in a way you'd only actually notice they were there if someone physically tried to yank the helmet off your head while it was on. It is a genius system and a brilliant safety system. And as I said before, another thing it does is help with stopping air from getting up in like that, which causes noise. A lot of helmet noise isn't what's hitting the outside of the helmet. In fact, most of it, I think it's like 85% of helmet noise is what's getting in to the helmet. And when it comes to Schuberth C5, that just, unless you're wearing a helmet that's way too big for you, that just does not happen. And and you can also muck about with it as well. So, okay, do you know what? Maybe I do want a little bit of air. Maybe it's, the sun's out, it's really hot. Maybe I do want a bit of air. Well, there you go. See? Removable.
Nice.
So now you can have a little bit of airflow going back up there, and you think, actually, I prefer it the other way around. Then you just Velcro it back in, and you are beautifully sealed. And also, can you also guess what's inside here? You should know.
Well, it was my head.
Well, do you know what? That is very true. You are right. But within this shell, believe it or not, is 3 antennas. We spoke about the comm system earlier.
3?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly the same in this carbon shell as the C5s that we use. Okay. With the comms that we use. This still has those 3 separate antennas for all the different disciplines. And furthermore, if I were to do this, see this here?
Yep.
That, exactly, yeah. You pop that out, and then the microphone pops in there. So this helmet comes properly prepared for everything. All you need to do is add the comm system, and you are away.
Comms ready. So then, Beej, let's delve into that interior.
What, the fully customisable interior?
The fully customisable.
Well, I've already delved, and this is the beautiful thing about the C5. Is because it is fully customisable. You might put a helmet on that is your size and go, yeah, this is my size, but it just feels just a little something here or there. Rather than going and trying on a larger, model of this, rather than doing that, you can just adjust the front. So when I had the C5, it was just a little tight here. What did we do? We got some of the replacement parts that you can buy, whipped it out, whipped the new one in, all of a sudden, perfect. And it's been perfect ever since. So that is the beauty when it comes to this helmet. And you can literally take bits out from everywhere and replace them. Absolute genius. So we're going to close up by just talking about 2206. okay, which obviously this is certified to. And one reason I wanted to point that out was because in the 2206 it needs to be P and J homologated, which is. So you just doop.
Hold it up.
Ta-da! Not going anywhere. Exactly. Pop it back down and
Shut it.
Yes, and shut it. It closes up. And it's also worth saying as well that Schuberth did this like ages ago, way ahead of the field. What sizes do these come in?
They come in extra small to 3XL.
Ooh, and colours?
Well, they come in carbon and black, or black and carbon. The choice is yours.
Brilliant. And if anyone wanted to go and drool and dribble over this awesome lid, where would they go to?
I know this one.
Go on in.
Bikeheads.co.uk.
Boom diddly.